Hi, I'm Kate Tappin from Corinium. Today we're exploring the facets of transforming into a data-driven organisation. We'll be taking on a journey from sporadic analytics to centralised BI and on to data science and ML. It's a great story and I'm delighted that you can discuss it with us today with a highly accomplished data and analytics leader with over 16 years of experience in managing complex data and analytics environments, large BI and analytics programs. It's my absolute pleasure to be joined by Shaik, who is the head of BI, data and analytics at Vodafone. Welcome, Bobby.
Thanks, Kate. Pleasure to be here.
So, Bobby, I'd love to get your perspective on what constitutes a data-driven organisation.
It's an interesting question. It's a broad topic to cover. Data-driven organisation means different things for different organisations. In my view, a clearly aligned strategy for driving the company that is backed up by data is a data-driven organization, right from your CEO, your CFOs, your top-down execs, and the bottom-up people who are actually doing the work are all aligned to a combined vision that is driven by data and analytics. That's a data-driven organization. The way I put it is, you have 4 layers in any data-driven org to work in perfect harmony. Data being your backbone of the organization. Without data, you can't do anything. You can't be called as a data-driven org. You need to have a centralized strategy for organizing data. And then there is the intelligence that goes on top. Big data and lots of data doesn't matter anything if you don't have right intelligence that is sitting on top to understand what the data is telling you, right? Your BIs, your advanced analytics, your machine learning algorithms, all of these have to work with data. And the intelligence will just have to be ending up somewhere in business processes or talking to systems to make use of it, right? So the integration becomes a crucial part to take the intelligence to a business process. It's a bridge between intelligence and execution. So the final layer is the execution, where everyone is signing up to using these intelligent algorithms or advanced analytics to drive business processes or to integrate with the systems that can talk to customers, that can talk to, that can become a bot sometime. These 4 layers, data, intelligence, integration, and execution, need to work in harmony to drive a data-driven organization.
So, Bobby, how can you effectively tell the internal story to senior management?
I remember it's still in my head that around 3 years ago, when we wanted to go on through a data-driven organization journey, my CFO and I had a conversation that, what can we do for, achieving something like this? And the interesting part was, we need to bring in some use cases which are very hot topics in the organization. And we need to have an exec who can fully support this initiative, right? And obviously CFO has put his hand up saying, I'm supporting it fully. The best advice that I got from CFO was, let's go on to an initiative which impacts everyone in the organization. Let's say customer experience being one. Mm-hmm. Everyone, being our company being a customer-centric organization, we just love customer experience. We just live by it every day. Yeah. Everyone who is doing their jobs are contributing towards customer experience. That's one use case. The second use case is profitability. So you are in hope that by giving best customer experience, you are getting something in return, which is your dollar. Yeah. So these 2 are the biggest initiatives that we embarked on, but we did not want to have 18 months to 2-year journey for any initiative. So we have set ourselves, it's a scary deadline, we have set ourselves to a 6-week program to show something to the execs. Within 6 weeks of the program start, you need to go into the execs and present, this is what we are doing, this is what we have achieved so far.
That is a short time frame.
That's a short time frame, yes. It is scary.
Yeah.
So within those 6 weeks time frame, within the first 4 weeks, we could find what we could do. We have formed everything that we could. And the next 2 weeks were just refinement. And when we went and presented this to execs, everyone were like, we are all supporting this initiative. There is no other way. Everyone was saying no, just go ahead with this. So within those first 6 weeks, what we have shown across is a customer 360 view. Customer 360
Magic.
being the magic word.
Yeah.
The customer 360 view is what we have shown. And everyone were thinking like, how can you do this in 6 weeks? You have covered almost like 80% of customer 360 here. This is where the data and the organization around data comes through as a crucial part. I've been an architect in my organization, so I knew what kind of data elements we need to pull together for customer 360. So within those customer 360, obviously, as said, profitability as well is a second initiative that we want to embark on. So while gathering and organizing this data, we've combined these two together. So it became one initiative rather than two initiatives. So that's why all the execs around the room were like, yeah, go ahead, do it, no questions asked. So after that, we went through, fixing the holes, as I said, business intelligence being done right. Went through journey of collating most of these siloed reports and stuff like that to be centralized and organized in a way.
No small undertaking.
Absolutely. That gave us a purpose that we are driving the organization by backing up with data and analytics. That story is fascinating because the figures are enormous. The initiatives that we gone through with profitability and customer experience mind is still being used after 3 years. The models haven't changed. The methodology hasn't changed. Obviously, with new plans and new initiatives that go on, they need to be slightly refined and tweaked, but the basics haven't changed. And the best part is, this initiative was the first one within Vodafone's global landscape. Within 12, 13 opcos that we operate in, this was the first opco that has done this. So the biggest achievement that we felt was, we didn't know at that time. We went to global stages and presented this, and the CEO of Vodafone global organization has mandated all the opcos that copy what Australia has done. Don't reinvent, this is what we want, just go with that. That's the biggest achievement.
What would you say would be the biggest obstacles that you faced so far, and how did you overcome them? Culture
is a big thing. It's huge, isn't it? Everyone needs to be backing up your vision. I was fortunate that all the execs were jumping onto this journey of data-driven org. Obviously, execs are one layer, but people who actually work during these initiatives are multiple layers down from the execs. They are far more detached from the execs. So the culture itself is a big thing. With having a clear direction from the execs, top-down approach just works, because every individual is looking for their leaders to give them clear direction. If that direction is coming through from the execs, that works. This is common across the industry. Everyone who you speak around data-driven org, culture would be the primary point that everyone would resonate with. The one problem which we, as data professionals, we don't speak more is the problems with data, quality of data and management of data itself. That's the biggest hurdle in my mind, because execs, obviously you can talk to them, you can convince them, you can show something actually to convince them, but if you have holes in data, if you don't have a process for managing this data centrally or organized in a way where it is serving your future analytic projects, then the organizations will never succeed. That's the biggest hurdle, because if you have these processes, we have solid data warehouses and big data platforms that we can rely on confidently. Those are the two hurdles which anyone has to tackle before they start the data-driven org journey.
Which data-led initiatives are having the most impact today?
Live by customer experience every day, right? The customer experience is many layers, right? Any initiative that provides experience uplift in customer experience would be the first one to go, and that has a long-lasting impact, I personally believe. The understanding of how younger generation is using mobile to older generations to midlife.
Has your customer modeling changed?
Absolutely. I like to keep things simple. It's only because of my brain power, I think. If it is too complex, I can't understand. So within my team and the data analytics team at a wider scale, we like to keep things simple, understand customer from an internal point of view and customers from an external point of view. So internal customer data is much more granular. You can go through, records, anonymized records for understanding the patterns of what our customers are more interested in, right? But the external data sets, you can't go down to customer level because they're not our data sets, and you need to find balance between research, your external data sets like interests around hobbies, right? What hobbies are more prominent in younger generation? So you need to understand that customer behavior as well, because the customer behavior has been interesting in 2020 for something called COVID. Everything in customer modeling is changing. And to be frank, it's changing all the time.
Bobby, what's next on the agenda for you?
A lot of things, a lot of interesting things. I share this passion because we have been through this journey within the organization for the last 2 to 3 years. And now it's been. Now we have the merger out of the way. We are a merged company. We are a public company now. TPG Telecom has about 6 brands underneath. So we are expanding the data ecospace to all the 6 brands, not just Vodafone as such. So it's 6 times the data, 6 times the analytics, probably not 6 times the team. I would love to have 6 times the team. But yeah, a lot of interesting things because there are a lot of synergies that both the organizations share. There are interesting use cases that we are embarking on at the moment. Lots of exciting journeys in the front. Yeah.
Lots to be done still.
Lots to be done. We are just at the end of the beginning, really. So,
Bobby, thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure to be here. Thanks for all the questions. Thanks.